When others lost faith in Vinicius, I remained faithful. When others said Vini out, I said Vini in. They said Vini belongs on the bench. I said Vinicius is a starter. I remain by this man's side, and he has never disappointed me. I told you this. Vini is Madrid's hero. Vinicius is Madrid's hero. A player we have won 2 Champions Leagues in the past, 5 years with about 3 La Liga titles, and you want to say this player is the problem. It does not make sense. It cannot make sense. It cannot make sense. Vini can never be Real Madrid's problem. Never ever. And that is a player I will never turn my back on. Vinicius Jr, I will never turn my back on him. Sure, he can, be quite dramatic, but never will I ever turn my back on Vini. And then, do you see this? You saw this game. This is an example of the kind of hatred Vini gets. This man got a card for celebrating. Did he take off his shirt? No. So why did he get a yellow card for the celebration? Scored a banger of a goal. And you want to tell me a player can't celebrate? He didn't take off his shirt, so why was he shown a yellow card? And in addition to that, you see the racial abuse he's getting from a young player. What's his name? Preziani or... Man, I can't remember his name, but that is bad. And then Real Madrid fans would still turn their back on Vini. So who wants to fight for Vini? Who would fight for Vini? You have to stick with your players. Fantastic performance from Vinicius. Absolutely fantastic. That goal was a rocket out of nowhere. To be honest, the Benfica fans, the abuse they were just laying on the players. On Vinicius, it was bad. It was shameful. To be honest, the worst kind of, reception we've gotten from an away side is when we play Valencia and Vini is there. That's the worst we get. But this is a whole new level. Throwing all sorts of objects, water bottles on the players. Throwing, man, is that how you behave? Where's your class? Where's your class at? What's nonsense, man? But Vini owned them. Vini owned them. Beautiful ball. Very beautiful ball. Mbappe, your performance tonight was what's going on, Mbappe, man? In the first half, Mbappe got the most chances, clear-cut chances, and he didn't make anything out of them. There was the ball Trent squared to Mbappe. Trent should have an assist, and Mbappe comes in late or doesn't pick the right foot to finish it with. Well, he's coming back from injury, but still, Mbappe, you should be sharper than that. Because if this were PSG version of Mbappe, he'd score all those chances. So why can't you score all of that for us? And to be honest, this game, it's like a chance for him to farm more goals, to break more records. Because, it's like 2 extra games. He has the chance to get more goals, and he should be taking that. He should be scoring those chances. His performance today, energy-wise, Mbappe had the energy. Yeah, mentality and all. But the technique failed him. Mbappe's technique failed him in this game. I won't hold it against him because we won. And besides, the energy was very, very good. I also have to talk about Thibaut Courtois. Courtois made some fantastic saves. Always, I say it always. In every game, there's always that Courtois moment. There's at least one Courtois moment in every game. Fantastic from Thibaut. Camavinga as well was, man, I feel like this formation is very good for Camavinga. Gives him the avenue to really run or drive at. Camavinga really likes driving into space. Gives him the avenue to do that. Gives him the opportunity to run. Camavinga isn't a controller. You understand what I'm saying? He's more of a box-to-box kind of guy. And with this formation, he has the avenue to do that. Valverde is back in the middle. Another box-to-box player. You see the progress we are making. I told you guys in some videos I made ago, Valverde needs to be taken out of right back and put back in the midfield. We've done that. The midfield is thriving. The only midfielder I didn't really like his performance today was Adagula. He had some bright moments, but then he always felt like he was being too slow on the ball. There was a pass he could just easily lay it off, and it's kind of... He wasn't bad, but at the same time, he can be better. Güler and Mbappe in this game, they did not connect. Mbappe and Güler have a rather good chemistry, and it feels like when Güler doesn't activate, Mbappe maybe doesn't activate that much. But we work on that. Obviously, they have to work on that. So many chances missed. We could have killed this game, ended the whole fixture in this first leg. That's what we should have done. That's what we should have done, if you ask me. Rudiger, solid performance from Antonio Rudiger, from Dean Housen as well. I mean, the first 5 minutes of the game, Benfica were looking like, damn, they really want to go on and win this. But then Rudiger might not be the best technically, but when it comes to, the spirit, Rudiger really, he's a general. Not the best, not the most gifted technical defender, but then the heart and the actual physical strength and that, Rudiger is like one of the best out there. Definitely one of the best. Trent Alexander-Arnold. I almost forgot about Trent. Man, ever since Trent played against what team did we even play against last? Sociedad. Ever since Trent played against them, man, Trent has excellent passing. Some very good passing. And if you've noticed, normally we don't create play on the right hand side. I mean, it's normally on the left hand side because Vini is there and Mbappe tends to go there. But with Trent, these days we are creating play on the right hand side, playing out the back on the right hand side. Trent is giving some dissecting passes on that right hand side, and I love it. Gosh, it's a breath of fresh air, to be honest. Watching Trent pass a ball, very nice. I just feel so relaxed when he plays a long pass. I'm like, it's cool. It's to get to the target. It's to get there. It reminds me of Cruz. Not as good as Cruz, but it reminds me of that. Definitely reminds me of that. In any case, I believe that's basically all we had to cover. Yup. Anyway, I'll finish this video saying this. Stand by your players. Stand by them. Vinicius Jr, stand by your players, man. This was a very good performance against Benfica. And we are away from home. It's at Benfica's home. Very good performance. I could say we dominated a good amount of that game. Very good. At the Bernabeu, we have to finish it all up. We have to close the deal at the Bernabeu. Fantastic. Good night.